Welcome to the last session of this Jamb answering. The number we'll be looking at is question 28 to 40. I am Adila Sunday, your chemistry online tutor. Now let's take our first question, question 28. A balanced chemical equation obeys the law of A. Conservation of mass, B. Definite proportion, C. Multiple proportion, D. Conservation of energy. A balanced chemical equation obeys the law of A. Conservation of mass, B. Definite proportion, C. Multiple proportion, D. Conservation of energy. And looking at the option there, you agree with me that the correct answer is A, that is conservation of mass. So law of definite proportion is not about the balanced chemical equation. That one is all about the proportion of the combination. Law of proportion, that one is about the ratio, while the law of conservation of energy is just to see whether you actually understand. You know, in balanced chemical equation, when we say the reactant equal to the product, the law that accounts for it is conservation of mass. Now let's look at question 29. A given amount of gas occupied 10.0 dm cube at 4 atm and 273 degrees Celsius. The number of moles of the gas present is A. 0.89 mole, B. 1.90 mole, C. 3.80 mole, and D. 5.70 mole. And the molar volume of the gas at STP is 22.4 dm cube. Now, looking at the question, you agree with me that it's from an ideal gas equation.
Yes.
All right. Looking at the question there, the formula we are using is PV equal nRT. So our P is 4 atm, our V is 10 dm cube, while our N is what we are looking for. Our R is 0.082. That of the temperature is given to be 273 degrees Celsius. So we convert it to Kelvin. Now converting to Kelvin, that will be 273 degrees Celsius plus 273. So that will give us 546 Kelvin. Now substitute into the formula, that is PV equal nRT. Make your N, so be the formula. We now have N equal PV over RT. Substitute your P is 4, your V is what? 10. That is 4 times 10 all over 0.082 times the temperature, which is 546. So when you multiply out and you cancel, your answer now is 0.89 mole. So the correct answer to the question is A. Now let's proceed to question 30. According to Charles' law, the volume of a gas becomes 0 at. According to Charles' law, the volume of a gas becomes 0 at. If you look at the option given to us, A, 0 degrees Celsius, B, minus 100 degrees Celsius, C, minus 273 degrees Celsius, and D, minus 373 degrees Celsius. For you now to have the temperature or the volume of a gas to be 0, it means you have to convert all this one down to Kelvin. Now, converting everything to Kelvin, you now discover that the correct answer there is C, because minus 273 degrees Celsius plus 273 will now give you 0. So that is converting to Kelvin now. So the right answer there is C, because that is where you can have 0, converting it to Kelvin. So according to Charles' law, the volume of a gas becomes 0 at minus 273 degrees Celsius. Question 31. A substance that is used as a ripening agent for fruit is A. ethene, B. propane, C. methane, D. butane. A substance that is used as a ripening agent for fruit is A. ethene, B. propane, C. methane, and D. butane. So the right answer there is A, that is ethene. So we use it in ripening fruit. Now question 32. The sulfide which is insoluble in dilute hydrochloric acid is A. iron sulfide, B. copper sulfide, C. zinc sulfide, and D. sodium sulfide. Looking at the option, the right answer is D. That is the only sulfide there that is insoluble in dilute hydrochloric acid. That will now take us to question 33. What is the pH of 0.001 mole dm cube solution of sodium hydroxide? A. 14, B. 13, C. 12, and D. 11. So look at the question very well. What is the pH? They're asking you the pH of 0.01 mole dm cube solution of sodium hydroxide. Sodium hydroxide, what you can get from sodium hydroxide is OH. That is POH, not pH. Now, when you convert that of 0.001 mole Jamb cube, it will give you 10 raised to power minus 3. So using the formula of pH to calculate, when you calculate, what you can get from here direct from the question is pOH. When you calculate now, that is expressing it in standard form, 0.001, expressing in standard form will give you 10 raised to power minus 3. So substituting it into the pH formula, you now get that is minus log the concentration over base 10. So by the time you now solved, you discover that your answer is 3. That is for pOH, not pH. And using the formula that says pH plus pOH equal 14. So when you solve, you discover that you now have 14 minus 3. So the correct answer from the question is D. Now let's take our question 34. The type of bond in, just as shown in the diagram there, Cu NH3 4, and we have 2 plus as the charge. So A, they're asking whether is it coordinate, is it electrovalent, metallic, or covalent. So look at the question. It is not covalent, it's not metallic, it's not electrovalent. The correct answer is what? Coordinate, because it's only copper that is donating. The two ions that we have there. The right answer is what? Coordinate. Let's look at question 35. Which of the following is an example of chemical change? Which of the following is an example of chemical change? A, the solution of salt in water. B, rusting of iron. C, melting of ice. And D, separating a mixture by distillation. So meaning 3 of it out of the 4 is what? Physical change. Why 1 is chemical change. Now let's analyze. The solution of salt in water, that is a physical change. And B, rusting of iron, that is chemical change. C, melting of ice, physical change. D, separation of mixture by distillation, that is also physical change. The right answer to the question is rusting of iron, which is chemical change. Question 36. To what temperature must a gas at 273 Kelvin be heated in order to double its volume and pressure? A, 298 Kelvin, B, 546 Kelvin, C, 819 Kelvin, and D, 1092 Kelvin. So looking at the question, your T1 is given to you, your T2 is not given, so you're looking for T2. But the other value are not given, but we have a statement saying double. So meaning your V1 equal V, while your V2 equal 2V. So that is the implication that the thing is doubled. And your P1 now equal P, while your P2 equal what? 2P. Now substitute into the formula, P1 V1 over T1 equal P2 over P2 V2 over T2. You now make your T2 the subject of the formula. So then you now have your, that is your T2 now, will now be P2 V2 over T1 over P1 over V1. Then when you substitute into the equation, you discover that you are going to have T2 equal 2P times 2V times 273 all over V1 times P1. So your P will cancel P, your V will cancel V. You now have 2 times 2 times 273, and your answer will now be 1092 Kelvin. So the right answer is option D. Let's look at question 37. According to the kinetic theory, an increase in temperature causes the kinetic energy of particle to, according to the kinetic theory, an increase in temperature causes the kinetic energy of particle to A, decrease, B, increase, C, B, 0, and D, remain constant. Yes, if you look at kinetic theory of gas in general, as there is an increase in temperature, it also causes the kinetic energy of the particle to increase. So the right answer is B. Now let's look at question 38. An element used in the production of matches is A, nitrogen, B, aluminium, C, copper, D, sulfur. So the right answer there is D, without wasting time. So we use sulfur in producing matches. Question 39, that is second to the last. Which of the following gas may not be dried with concentrated sulfuric acid? Which of the following gas may not be dried with concentrated sulfuric acid? A, hydrogen chloride, B, ammonia, C, chlorine, and D, sulfur 4 oxide. So looking at the question, that means if you want to dry anything you are using to dry the other one, it must not react with it. So the right option there is ammonia. So ammonia is the correct answer. That is NH3. Lastly, let's look at our question number 40. Consecutive member of an alkane homologous series differ by A CH, B CH2, C CH3, D CNHN. Consecutive member of alkane homologous series differ by, the right answer is CH2, because if you look at CH4 and now look at CH, that is, if you look at CH4 then look at C2H6, you discover that when you minus, the other one is C2 minus C, you have C, the other one is H6 minus H4, you have H2. So the right answer there is CH2. Thank you for following through. Make sure you subscribe, as I'll be giving you the next series, which will be 2019. Thank you.